Hey there, this is Carissa and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Inky Fairy Designs. Today I have another card project for you featuring Maker Forte products, and we're going to be making some easy Christmas cards that you can easily mass produce, which I need because I haven't made any yet. So the first or the only stamp really that I'm using is this Away to Manger stamp set. It's 4x8, so it's designed for slimline cards. It's the silhouette background of the manger. I love manger stamps and was really excited to use this one. I am doing some embossing with black ink and then clear gloss embossing powder by Wow. I am using this Chameleon Sparkle paper from Maker Forte just as a little accent. And the watercoloring I am doing today, I'm using a handmade watercolor by a company called 31 Purple Fish. You can find them on Inky Fairy, or not, you can find them on Instagram. So let's start out here. I embossed the stamp. Like I said, I used a black ink and then a clear embossing powder over top. I found that to be the easiest way to go. And you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, my 4-year-old has joined me today. She just turned 4 last month and she loves to do whatever mommy does. And she's actually asked Santa for watercolors for Christmas this year, specifically pink ones. So rather than fight with her, or not fight with her, but just kind of like shoo her off into another part of the house, I was like, just stand next to me and you can paint as well, because this is super easy. And I had tried a sample with black embossing powder and it didn't turn out so well, so she could color that one. So I'm just going in on this first one to create a galaxy sky background, which I've really been fascinated with and enjoying. I see a lot of different makers on Instagram do the galaxy skies with watercolors, and I love them. I think they're so beautiful, and with this stamp, this silhouette manger scene, I thought it would be really fun to try to create a little galaxy sky behind. And so I pulled out some very granulating colors by this company, 31 Purple Fish. They're called hazes, a lot of them, but they're basically like blues and purples, and then I pulled in a teal and a very vibrant shimmery apple green. So I lost my little partner, so I put her card off to the side. But you could totally do this with any type of silhouette stamp, background stamp that you have. If you have this one, it's really great, and you could stamp a bunch of them, emboss a bunch of them, and then if you do have kids, just pull out the watercolors and let them watercolor their own backgrounds, and this would be a great, fun family activity that you could do to create a lot of Christmas cards if you are still needing those like me. I mean, we only send out a handful to family and stuff and a few close friends, so I think I could knock out a few of these. I did 2 for this video. So the second one, I'm doing more of a simple gradient skyline sky in the background. So I'm starting with this blue haze. Again, I'm using these beautiful, I love granulating watercolors, so I tend to gravitate to those. So they have a lot of texture in them. They give you a lot of variation with just a few colors. Like I'm just using 2 colors, I believe, for this one. I'm using that lilac haze and the blue haze, I believe, but I thought I was using a different purple, but maybe not. Nope, just using the lilac haze and this blue haze. So I'm trying to deepen it up at the top with that purple, and then I'm blending it all across. And I didn't mention it, but I did start with like just plain water on the whole background, and then I started bringing in the color, and I'm just swiping it back and forth. Oh, look, I have my helper back. I just swipe it back and forth with my brush and kind of blend it. And I wanted it lighter towards the bottom, and then to get a little bit deeper with the blue, and then a lot deeper with the purple. And then I added a few drops of just water to kind of move it. And now I'm going to set that one off to the side to dry. And here I am. I slowed it down Well, I didn't slow it down, but I stopped speeding it up, and so it's real time here. So this is actually what it looks like when I'm watercoloring this background. And what I'm doing here is this panel, I let it dry, and then I gave it a little bit of help with my heat tool on a low setting. I didn't want to heat up the embossing powder, so I just kept it on a low setting and really quickly moved it across the panel. But now that it's completely dry, I'm coming in with a second layer because you can see how it lightened quite a bit, which watercolors will do. And so if you want more intense color, you can always come in with a second layer. And in the second layer, you could always just concentrate it in certain areas if you want to deepen it up in certain areas, or you can just go over the whole panel like I'm doing and deepen up everything. So I really wanted that green area to be vibrant, and so I added quite a bit of color there. And then I really wanted more of that teal to be prominent. It had dried back quite a bit, and so I brought more of that. And then I'm trying to kind of move it so that it starts from the bottom left corner and kind of moves up to the upper right hand corner. And you'll see me do that in a bit. But first I'm bringing in this darker color, blue, and it's a galaxy haze. Hence probably my inspiration to try a galaxy background. But the galaxy haze color is pretty because it has like this purple and blue kind of colors in it. And then I wanted to try to bring in black. I didn't want to pull out a black watercolor. I don't have one from 31 Purple Fish, but I have these grays on my desk from Daniel Smith, so I just reached over and pulled that in, but it really wasn't doing what I wanted. So I'm just going to cover that and move it around, blend it in with the Galaxy Haze again, and I am going to be happy with that. I didn't really like the way the gray was showing up on there, so I just blended it into the rest. Since my paper is still very saturated, I was able to do that pretty easily. Now I want to go in, and here is where I am adding more of the teal color, and my paper is still very wet. You can see how it's moving there. When you're adding more watercolors like this, you want to make sure that it's all wet and it's going to move freely. And so I just keep going back and forth. It's kind of like ink blending for me. Doing these large watercolor backgrounds, you just keep blending and then go to different colors, blend it a little bit more, bring in a different color, blend it a little bit more until you get the look that you are happy with. And it really, for me, it's no rhyme and reason. It's just kind of experimenting until I get the look that I want. I'm using this really light purple color at the bottom. But here I'm getting pretty happy with the way that it looks. There's some pooling here of the water, so I dried off my brush and I am trying to lift some of that up and then blend it back out because I didn't want it to be super white. So I'm just blending it, picking up some of the water and pigment that's out, on other places of my card already, and then bringing it into there. But you can see how the embossing just really resists, and it's super easy to create these backgrounds when you've already embossed. I think it's much easier than creating the background and then embossing, especially for like a silhouette stamp set like this. You could certainly do your background with the watercolors and stamp right on top and then emboss. It's totally up to you. Alright, so for this galaxy background, it's completely dry now, and I love the way that it's looking. I wanted to bring in some white splatter, so I pulled out my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White and watered that down a bit. I haven't used this stuff in forever. I was actually surprised that it was still usable. But I obviously have not remembered my technique for this, so I'm trying different things, and it's working, it's all working, but you can see I've made a complete mess of my desk surrounding. I have pulled out a fine watercolor brush, and I'm adding a few more stars, a few more dots to where my splatters didn't end up because they ended up everywhere else on my desk, even on my watercolors that I of course left around. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to finish up my card. I just used that sparkle paper, that chameleon sparkle paper I showed you in the beginning. I cut out 1-inch strips and just putting it on the edge. This is a very simple card. I wanted it to be simple because if you're like me and needing something quick to make and just send out a few Christmas cards this season, this is a great one that you could use with pretty much any stamp set that you have. And you could certainly pick this one up and still use it for this season. I think it's a great one. Here, I put some foam tape on the back and then I dropped my panel. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I'm peeling off the backing and then I'm kind of trying to figure out where I want to put it. And I think I drop it right about here. It slips out of my hand, and for a crazy reason, it actually stuck on the inside of my card. So it is stuck, and like this, I'm not sure where I have this foam tape from, but it is sticky, sticky, sticky. And I was having a heck of a time pulling that off of my card. I thought for sure I was going to either rip my card base, or see, this is where you can see it's totally stuck to the inside, or I was going to rip my panel. So I was trying to be super careful and struggling here, and I thought I would slow it down just so you could feel my pain in this moment as I was trying to gently peel that back. And I did do quite a number to the back of that panel, but it was thankfully did not come through to the front, so I was able to turn it over and put it on there on the right side, and there we go. That's the card. It looks super cute. And since I didn't put a sentiment on the front, I pulled out this sentiment from another stamp set by Maker Forte. This one is called Oh What Fun. It's by Alex Siberia Design. It's a 4x6 stamp. It's super cute. I actually think it's adorable, and I do want to make some cards with it this season. They're little ornaments with these little characters. So stinking cute. So hopefully, wish me luck, I'll be able to make something with those soon. But here's a little bit of a close-up of the purple card, the just plain kind of like gradient background, and then there's the fun galaxy card. So I'd love to know in the comments, which one is your favorite? Do you like the galaxy background, or do you like the simple gradient background? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys, and here are some close-ups of the two cards. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm doing some work on myself and trying to figure out what direction I want to go. So if you want to join me along that journey, as well as check out 2 Maker Forte videos per month, be sure to click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.